Hi everyone, my name is Deborah and this is the Edit by DH. Welcome to another video. Today is a fashion edit. So as you know, I normally tend to do more videos on beauty and I've done a few travel vlogs, but I would like to do way more. I promise you there are more travel vlogs on the way, but obviously a 2-year pandemic didn't help. I haven't done that many fashion vlogs or videos, and I do intend to, and to be honest, fashion is a big passion of mine as well, and I do find it a huge compliment when I'm out and if people compliment what I'm wearing or how I style things, and so that interest has always been there, but somehow it's not as common for me to vlog fashion. So it is my intention, as it always has been, and the intention's always been this since the beginning of my channel. So this is the fashion edit, and more specifically today is about the house of Christian Dior. So I do have a very nice little designer collection. I've done an IGTV video on it before, and I guess it's almost like an introductory video. I should update it at some point, and I will, but for now, if you haven't seen it, I will link it down below. And I have a Chanel bag, only one sadly, but they are expensive, and I have a Louis Vuitton bag, as well as a few other bags. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But it's the first time I've got a Dior bag, and although I love the house of Dior, I've been umming and ahhing about getting a Dior bag. I just didn't know what to get, and kind of had my eye on 3 bags. So I had my eye on the Caro, I think that's how you say it, Caro bag, had my eye on the Lady Dior, and I had my eye on the saddle bag, which is the one that I got today. I know with designer bags generally it's best to go with something that is an investment, and by an investment I mean something that could potentially be worth just as much, or if not more, in the future. Something that will still be classic and desirable in the years to come. Even if you don't want to sell it, you know, ideally they are investments because you're paying a huge sum of money for them. Therefore, you want it to be something that is classic in design, that you could wear 10 years down the line if you keep it in good condition, if not for longer. But obviously there are people who are very rich and don't need to worry about things like that. I, for one, am not very rich, and therefore if I do purchase a designer bag, I want to make sure it is something classical. It is something that can suit a variety of outfits and seasonal outfits as well. So like I said, I was umming and ahhing, and I read a few forums that suggested the Lady Dior as a good investment piece, but being completely honest with you, it is a nice bag, and I've seen people hold it, wear it, and I think it looks amazing on them. But when I personally see the Lady Dior bag, it doesn't appeal to me, and I think it's primarily because of something to do with the design, obviously, but also sometimes when they add these like accessories around it, with it almost looks like key rings, that doesn't appeal to me. And obviously this is my personal opinion. You could be sitting there and maybe you have 100 Lady Dior bags in your collection, lucky you, and you might disagree, thinking, you know, that's very trendy, classical, whatever you want to call it. My personal taste, I'm not as much of a fan of it, unfortunately. So in the end, I decided to go for the saddle bag. Now obviously I've only seen it online, I haven't seen it in person. I got it a couple of days ago and I've been itching to open the box, but I literally wanted to do an unboxing with you guys, so I've been very patient until I had time to film this video. So I got the saddle bag, and I also got 2 accompanying accessories with it. So I will show you all of those things that I got. I'll show you how it's been wrapped, and we'll unwrap it together, so to speak, on camera. So first up, it's the main saddle bag that I'll open first. So this is how it came, and normally when you purchase, say, like a Dior makeup, you open it like a normal box, whereas here it actually looks like a presentation box. So it opens like this to reveal, you know, like a hidden world. And the first thing that I thought actually was, I will keep this box because I really love how it looks, and I think it could be such a great box to just store little bits and bobs, and you'd be proud to have this on your display as well. And it's this sort of like, there's an embossing, there's a texture to the box, and it's got the Dior in gold, so I really like it, and I think the box in itself, I would definitely keep it. So you open it up, and as you can see, it's in wrapping paper. Just gonna rip it. And then we have the bag in the classic dust bag. So one thing I'd highly suggest, whether you decide to keep it or whether you decide to resell it, please keep the box, and please keep the dust bag, and please keep the receipt. And when it comes with the certificate of authentication, which a lot of designer bags do, keep that too. Those 4 things will ensure that if you want to resell, you can resell at a higher price because you've got all the things that kind of like the original features. So even if you sell a bag without any of these features, you could do it, but it's going to take a longer time to authenticate that it's a genuine bag or genuine label. Whereas if it comes with the dust bag, the box, the original receipt and certificate of authentication, it's going to, trust me, it just will make it more valuable and desirable, because the customer who's getting it secondhand, it's going to be just as much of an experience for them to get it with all the bits and pieces, if you know what I mean. So when you open up the dust bag, this is the saddle bag and it's in the color taupe. The first observation is I would definitely describe this as a taupe color, but when you look at it online, it looks more of like a beigey tan color. So that's my first observation. I do still like the color and I will definitely keep it, but it does look different to online. So this is one of the important points to mention when choosing a designer bag. If you don't want to deal with the faff of returning something or something not looking like how it does online, then I would suggest you definitely go in store to buy it and look at it. And also don't feel pressured with the sales assistants, because as much as designer stores have like a snooty reputation, and some sales assistants are lovely, don't get me wrong, but many do fulfill that stereotype of snooty people. Don't feel intimidated by them. Don't feel pressured to buy anything. Don't feel like you don't have a right to be somewhere. If you're thinking of making an investment piece, especially like a designer bag, like Dior, you have every right to be in that store, taking your time and looking at it in person. So first observation, the color. It definitely is as described when it says a taupe color. Secondly, this is, I believe, the like normal size saddle bag, but there is a mini size. So it is a little bit bigger than I actually anticipated it to be. Again, in my mind, that's not a bad thing, because I don't know about you guys, I carry half the world with me in my bag. So this is not bad at all. This is the size. This is a classic saddle bag design. It's sort of this really unique design, and it's what makes this Dior bag very unique. The leather, this is, by the way, grained calf skin. The leather handle is in exactly the same taupe color, and then it's got the CD in gold. So the metal is a gold color. I personally love gold. So I've previously seen bags with like silver detailing or silver, there's a word for it, it's just gone out of my head. When I remember it, I'll let you know. When I see silver detailing, it instantly puts me off. I could be absolutely in love with the bag, but I see silver and it's not me. It's the same with my jewelry. I'm definitely more of a gold girl than a silver girl. So I love the fact that the hardware, there we go, is in a gold color. So that's the saddlebag front and that's the back. There is a pocket at the back, but obviously it doesn't have a fastening. Then it's got a little dangly feature with the D. It's a magnetic fastening, so can you hear that? That's it snapping in place. I wouldn't say it's the most secure when it's magnetic, but that's why it's kind of good to have a crossbody bag, because it's constantly on you and in front of you, if that makes sense. And it has this inside, which I believe is the authentic certificate or card. Yeah, so this is the card of authenticity, and then it has a little booklet, which I'm assuming is like the book with instructions. So what I would just always suggest is keep everything together and just keep it in your dust bag, for example. And the reason why I said it's good to keep the dust bag even if you keep the bag is because you don't want dust to get on your bag. If you're not using it, you don't want it to get scratched, especially with leather bags. So I would always recommend putting it in the dust bag even if you're not using it, or more so if you're not using it. So obviously it has lots of paper stuffing in here to keep the shape, so I'll remove everything. And then it reveals the inside of the bag, if you can see. There is a zip inside, an inner pocket, which is really handy. I normally love it for bank cards or anything like that, especially if I'm going on the tube and I use my bank card to tap instead of an Oyster card. Instead of trying to rummage around my bag for it, I'll keep it in one of these pockets or in the slot here so that it's easy access and I don't have to keep getting my wallet out to tap the card machine. I wouldn't say there's a great deal of space in here, and it's not really like a soft leather, a bit like the Louis Vuitton 𝕕𝕬𝕓𝕤𝕗, I believe it is, which I've also got. That's a very supple leather, so you get a little bit more of a stretch with those bags, whereas this is quite stiff. It looks a lot bigger than what it allows inside, so that's just something to note when purchasing this bag. I also like it because this is the bag itself. You can obviously sling it over your shoulder like so, or you could carry it in your hand like so, and it will just look really good. Even side profile, you get this CD. So it's just like those little details that make it stand out. However, it does come with accessories. So obviously you have to purchase it separately. And I'm about to show you a shoulder strap, which I purchased separately. But before I do that, just wanted to let you know that this is £2,800. So it's a lot of bucks. It is a lot of bucks. And to be honest, for the same amount, you could get a 𝕕𝕬𝕓𝕤𝕗 for cheaper. You could get, as in a Louis Vuitton, you could get Gucci bag for cheaper, but it really depends on the material as well. So Dior is a little bit more expensive than the brands I've just mentioned, but it really depends what bag, what kind of leather is used, whether it's croc, whether it's, you know, cast skin, whatever it might be. But you know that with a brand like Dior, as long as you're buying something that's quite a classical design, it's always going to be on trend, it's always going to be classical, it's always going to be timeless, and you could really keep it for generations and generations. So I am really pleased with this. Next up is the shoulder strap. You know, I got it separately and it's £850. I will show you the shoulder strap in just a moment, but firstly I just wanted to show you that there are so many shoulder straps you can get in different designs. The majority have Christian Dior across them, but I didn't want something that had Christian Dior written all over it because I just didn't want that. I mean, I think it looks cool, but it wasn't for me. And when they're £850 each, you have to be really wise with the decision you make in purchasing which strap you want. So I got this one. So again, similar box design, just smaller, opens up, and again, wrapping paper. Again, it comes in a Dior dust bag, which is a really nice feature. If you didn't want to keep the dust bag for the shoulder strap, you can always use it for something else. I always keep the dust bags, whether it's from designer companies, whether it's from Selfridges, whether it's from a beauty store. I love dust bags. They're just so handy. So this is the shoulder strap that I got. And this is in the design Blue Dior Oblique Embroidery. So many of you, if you're familiar with Dior, will recognize this design. It's really famous and popular. It kind of reminds me of a guitar strap, but I really love it. And what I love most about it is that it can be used on other bags, not just the saddle bag. So it's got, again, gold hardware. You know I love my gold hardware. And it's got sort of like this sort of detailing on the leather. Kind of reminds me of something where an accessory you would use if you were to go, I don't know, horse riding. So it's not the longest strap, and inside it's got Christian Dior. So that's a really nice little detail, but obviously you wear it like this. So I'm assuming, please tell me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong. I'm assuming you just connect it to either the D or you connect it to the C. I'm going to connect it to the C, like so. And then it becomes a bit longer. So this is if you want to wear it crossbody. Now, I have said this before, but I love crossbody designs just because it keeps both my hands free. Also, when I'm out and about, whether it's London or whether I'm traveling abroad, I just feel more secure if my bag is on my body physically and where I can see it in front of me. So this is the oblique embroidery design. And imagine, like, this shirt I don't really think goes, but imagine this with like a trench coat, like a camel colored neutral trench coat, and then this strap running across it. It's a very smart design. So the bag falls here by my sort of waist. To be honest, I don't know if I'm doing it right. You obviously can do it higher, make the bag higher by putting it on the D. I feel like this strap is a bit awkward. It would have been, I think, better if this could have been removable and then stick this on instead, or I don't know. I like the option of having both. Oh, there we go. That's the underneath of the bag, and that's why there's not much storage space inside. But anyway, yeah, I like having the option of both straps, but I do wish that this was removable. But anyway, I still really love it, and have the element of a crossbody or over the shoulder. You could even do over the shoulder with the guitar strap, like so. But I think it's cooler to wear this over the shoulder and then detach if you want to have it on your shoulder or carry it in your hand like this. There's one more accessory. This is, I think, specifically for a saddlebag. I could be wrong, but it's got saddlebag in the title, so that's why I'm assuming. It's a saddle case for AirPods Pro, blue Dior //jacquard. So this is the box that it comes in, slightly different box because it's smaller. Again, paper with Dior sticker. Again, a small dust bag. This time it's a flap one. And then when you open it up, you have the small AirPods Pro cover. So it's really cute. And this is again in the oblique jacquard design. It's got, again, the little D. It's very similar to the saddlebag design. As you can see, it's like Mama Dior, Baby Dior. And behind, it's got a little insert there. And then when you open it up, it's got space for the AirPods. And what's cool, actually, it's got a hole, which I think is perfect for being able to charge it, I believe, without the need to take it out of the case. So I've now attached the little AirPod cover to my guitar strap. There's like a little loop here where you could just click it, and I believe that's where you put it. I mean, it could be completely wrong, but just to give you an indicator, that's how it looks. So it's quite funky, it's quite cute, and it means that you can then put your AirPod in here. So this AirPod cover is actually for an AirPod Pro, that's what it says. I have an AirPod Generation 3, which is smaller than the Pro. I think I prefer the fact that it is smaller, because otherwise, if this were a Pro, I think it'd fit in really snugly, but might not be as easy to get out, if that makes sense. So once you close it, you've got that hole there, like I said before, where you just charge it without having to take it out the cover. And you could pretty much put this AirPod cover really on any bag, as long as it has like a thing that you can just clip it onto. But yeah, that's really nice little feature. I've just taken off the guitar straps just to demonstrate how much you can put in this bag. So I decided to put as many items that I normally put in my handbag. So normally, if I'm just running standard errands, I carry the Gucci disco bag. I know it's quite a dated bag, but I personally love this bag. Even though it's small and compact and you would think that not a lot goes into it, it's pretty much like a Mary Poppins bag. Literally, I can pull out like a lamppost from here, but it's very convenient, and it's just that bag where I throw on. I don't even really take care of it that well, but even so, like, look how brand new it looks. I got this years ago from the airport when they were still doing tax-free. Unfortunately, that's now been removed, God knows why, but it's still in great condition. So this is an example of a bag that I personally would recommend investing in. But this is not a Gucci review, so I won't go into too much more detail about it. So normally I get so much in here, so I'm going to try and fit as many items in this saddlebag as I can. We'll see how much I can get in here. So this is my wallet, which is the Louis Vuitton wallet. I can't remember the name, and I love this wallet because it's so compact, but so much goes in here. This is quite a small wallet versus a lot of other ladies' wallets, so hopefully it should be able to fit inside. I would normally put my AirPods in the bag, but obviously I do have another case where I can just clip it with this, but now that I have the AirPod case, I don't need to put this inside my bag to take up space, if that makes any sense. So I won't include this. Normally always have a pocket of tissues, a pack of tissues. Just again, the UK, it's raining and windy, normally your nose gets a bit sniffly, so it's always handy. I always carry mints with me. This is my choice of mints. It's the 𝕕𝕤𝕓𝕤𝕖 one, because it's very strong, it's fresh, it's sugar-free. So I always carry mints. I always like to have fresh breath. So I'm going to also pop this in, but as you can see, it's quite bulky. Always have lip balm on me, put that in. Always carry travel size perfume on me. I like to smell fresh. Always carry hand cream on me, especially with the like cold weather and then constantly using like the alcohol. So I carry this. House keys. I always carry Charlotte Tilbury compact powder on me just because it acts as a mirror, but also it's great for when I just want to take any shine down, so I always carry this. Sometimes I carry a cuticle nail oil, sometimes I carry like an extra lip gloss or a pen, and I also carry alcohol sanitizer, but that's downstairs. So however, I can probably fit in another item, i.e. the hand sanitizer, but now my bag is full. So I will just show you how it looks inside. So that's all the items I've just mentioned, and it fits in comfortably and it closes comfortably, but that's all I could fit in there other than the hand sanitizer. I would like to purchase, because I saw on someone else's recommendation, I think there are like bag inserts by a company called 𝕬𝕓𝕤𝕤𝕤. But anyway, I haven't checked it out yet. I'm gonna check it out. Let me know if you know any good like bag insert companies that do bag inserts for designer brands. I think 𝕬𝕬𝕤𝕤 do for the saddlebag. So I like compartments, and because this design inside is a little bit awkward, especially because of this bit. If they didn't have this, I think it would have been a bit better and easier to access. But yeah, I mean, and like I said, the leather is quite stiff. It doesn't have a lot of give to it. So I think I will definitely, instead of like keeping all my items in here and then it's just messy, I think I'll definitely get a 𝕬𝕬𝕤𝕤𝕤, insert it in, and then that's my life sorted pretty much. If I can, I will also try to demonstrate this bag with kind of different outfits. So I hope that was helpful. I absolutely love it. Hope you do too, and let me know if you have any questions. I don't have the biggest designer bag collection, but if you do have any questions about the bags that I've spoken about or featured, including my IGTV video, let me know. I'll try to answer as best as I can. Hope that was helpful, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.
If I can't have you, I don't want you to have anyone.